On today's JMO at Josh and Joe, we have the Kentucky Derby. We give you our thoughts on how we thought the Kentucky Derby went. We definitely have different opinions, don't we, Joe?
Of course.
We have different opinions on how the Kentucky Derby went. After that, we'll go into some NBA talk. We'll do a little recap and prediction of each series. Some are looking better than others.
Getting real interesting.
Getting real interesting out there. Then we have a couple of other NBA news. We have some coaching transitions.
Let's say surprising coaching transitions. Then we get to OTDISH on this day in sports history. Teach y'all a little bit. We got some crazy ones in there this time. There's some out there.
There's a little crazy ones, and then we go into a little bit of NFL news. We tell you how Joe matched up with Todd McShay and Mel Kiper. It's interesting. It's surprising.
The results may surprise
you. We have the schedule release. So the release date of the release date. We talk about some of the changes, and then we end off with some F1 talk.
A little Grand Prix. All right, let's rock and roll.
Welcome to JMO with Josh and Joe. It is Tuesday, May 9th. And Joe, I don't know about you, but Jesus, that Kentucky Derby sucked. It was underwhelming, and it has nothing to do with the fact that I lost money.
I was about to say, are you sure about that?
Nobody had Mage. Who the fuck had Mage?
Mage, he came out of nowhere.
Yeah, he came out of nowhere, and he fucked everything up. It was not fun. Nobody liked it. The only people who liked it were the fucking Venezuelan jockey and trainer that trained him, and people who bet Mage, which was very, very few. Very few people.
Yeah.
Sucked. Whatever. Anyway, here's another thing. So they had Forte, which I was really excited about. That horse, it had the best odds to win the Derby. It was a scratch Saturday morning. This is why you never bet horses until the day of Derby Day. And I would say I wouldn't even bet. Like, get your bets together, but don't actually bet until maybe a couple of hours before the actual Derby race.
Yeah, that would make sense. I mean, just with all the complications not only did we see this time in extreme measures, you'll see in other derbies before.
Like, it was a total of 5 horses that were forced to be removed from the field. This is the most scratches since 1936. They had 5 horses die the week of.
Yeah.
They had 7 horses die since April 27th. Like, they have to, dude, it's technology nowadays. They have to figure out a way that they can keep these poor horses alive while injured. Like, I understand why they have to kill them. Well, I don't know if they have to kill them, but I understand why they do kill them, because they get injured and they can't really take care of themselves, and then they end up re-injuring it, and it's a load of suffering for the horse.
Yeah, well, they actually have an injury on a limb, they spend most of their time, and their bodies are actually need to, because they're 1,000-pound horses, they actually need to be moving around and standing all the time. And if you have them laying down, they develop like stomach ulcers, and then they're like just suffering.
Right, it's just all suffering, and so I get why they have to put them down, but come on. We have to be able to. We can make people taller by inserting like extensions in people's legs. We can repair a fucking horse's ankle. Like, come on. But anyways, yeah. So it was a little weird. We had a bunch of horses die leading up to it. Like I said, the most scratches since 1936.
You think we're gonna get like a documentary, like 4 years down the road? Netflix is gonna publish this documentary, like suspiciously these 5 or 7 horses died,
dude,
leading up to the 149th Derby run.
They can have a field day with this, with all the steroids, all the pee. Like, there's so much pee everywhere that they just find samples of it on like little pieces of grass. Like, did you see, like last year, they found steroids in the winning horses. Remember this was a big story.
Oh, yeah.
They found steroids in the pee of the winning horse that they found remnants. They found it on the hay. Like apparently the horse just pissed on the hay, and his yellow stream got caught in the hay, and they extracted it from the hay and put it in a lab and decided that horse's pee had a bunch of like Hulk cum.
Oh, juiced up.
Just juiced the fuck up. I don't I don't know how that. See, that's what I'm saying. So they could just do shit like that and just complete like I don't know, because these horses are getting shot up. It's just like baseball. It's like people just haven't discovered the steroids or found a way to test for the steroids that these horses are on now.
Yeah, it's more of not like that they aren't doing it. It's just they're better at hiding it than the regulators can actually discover.
Exactly. So it'll catch up. But yeah. So again, this has nothing to do with the fact that I lost money on this one, but. The top three were Mage, Two Phils, Angel of Empire. If you would have hit that trifecta at $1, I think you would have ended up with, if you bet a dollar on that, you would have ended up with almost $1,000. If you bet a dollar and hit Mage, Two Phils, and Age of Empire 1, 2, 3, you would have ended up with almost $1,000, that's awesome.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool. I mean, hitting a trifecta is hard as fuck, and hitting a superfecta, that's all four. You know what I decided? All right, I decided this. All the freaking derbies leading up to this one, I have always been a name guy. Like we're both big name guys.
Okay.
I've decided next year, Joe, I'm going to do something a bit different, and I might even do something a bit different with this next race coming up, the Preakness.
Actually play the odds?
No. No, that doesn't ever work either. I'm going to just play the numbers.
Okay, numbers.
Yeah, so you know how like Mage was number 8?
Oh, yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
I'm just going to pick numbers. I'm not going to look at the odds. I'm not going to look at the names. I'm just going to throw out like a Powerball amount of numbers.
Make it into a real lottery.
Yes, this is a fucking lottery for me because everything else I've been doing has just not worked.
Yeah.
Like, come on. I can't do the names because Mage. What the fuck is Mage? It's like they wanted to do Sage, but they ran out of shit to burn. And they were just like, okay, we'll go Mage.
I was thinking maybe they wanted to do Marge but got lazy.
Or they wanted to do MAGA and got way too much pushback from the left.
Bunch of different directions this could have been.
Either way, fuck Mage. It sucked. My guy verifying. So I guess to your point, it was a pretty exciting race.
Yes.
It was like from start to finish, there was a lot of people changing positions. Like for example, my guy verifying, who I was hoping would win, he came in 16th. But he was actually leading.
He was leading. And I want to say top 6 whenever they came to the final stretch.
Right. And he ended up in 16th. So I guess from that perspective, it is kind of exciting.
Yeah.
It just sucks for me. Let's see. What else did I have? It's always fun. It's nice. It's fun to get together. You drink some mint juleps. You watch some horses. You dress up in these fancy hats. I don't know if anybody's been to the Derby, but it's actually like a lot of fun. I didn't go to the actual Derby like where all the rich people like Tom Brady and Patrick Mahomes go, but I was in the infield and that was fun. It was a big jumbotron, and like it was all people getting dressed up in really nice stuff, and then they said fuck it whenever the mud came, and they just went slip and sliding and got all their nice clothes disgusting.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah. Oh, dude, it gets dirty.
Get literally sloshed.
Yeah. No, I'll never forget, man. I saw these people in like these white suits and like nice shoes and stuff, and they were just sliding down this mudslide. Yeah, it was wild. But anyways, so did anything else on the Derby?
Yeah, actually, one thing I was thinking about while I was watching it, I don't know. I couldn't help myself but to think that this has to be like top 5 like best sounds of sports that you can get is like during a race of a horse race. You just hear
like the hooves.
Yeah, just to hear the thumping. Yeah. Like I was like, man, that is an awesome, intense sound.
It is. It's pretty epic.
Yeah. So like I would like I feel like we should maybe next week just like propose like a list of like top 10 sounds of sports.
Golf ball going into a hole.
Golf ball going into a hole. Yep.
Basketball swish.
Yep. Basketball swish should be up there. Maybe like a goal line stand where the offense and defense alignment are clashing.
Oh,
that initial
like
clash.
The helmets and the shoulder pads hitting each other.
Yeah, and then maybe what is it? I know we're going to be talking about Formula 1 Grand Prix, the one in Miami later on in this episode. But whenever they passing a curve,
yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I think we can generate some good sounds.
That.
Sounds of sports.
Kicking a soccer ball. That would be probably on the lower end of it. Oh, I'm not gonna lie. Slap shot in hockey's pretty dope. I like a good slap shot in hockey.
Yeah, slap shots.
Yeah. Let's come up with the list. We'll come up with a list of the best sounds in sports. Tennis racket or tennis ball.
Oh,
Tennis racket hitting a ball. That would be cool.
Or a female hitting a tennis
ball. Yeah. Yeah, all right, let's do that. Here, write that down. We'll write the top 10 sounds of sports.
But yeah, if you got anything else on the Derby?
That's it.
All right, let's get to the NBA. Dude, some of these series actually turned into a really good series.
I'm kind of into them. Let's get started with
the one that's not looking so great. Miami versus New York. Miami's leading New York 3-1. New York kind of just looks like a shell of themselves right now. They look like they're in over their head almost. It's not exactly like they forgot how to play basketball because they're playing basketball, but like it's like there's no motivation there. Like Julius Randle said it best, and I don't know why he says this. New York fans are hot, but if you saw he at a press conference afterwards, he said he thinks Miami just wants it more.
Oh,
Julius Randle said that. You can't say that.
Yeah, you really can't.
Don't say that. Knicks fans already don't really like you to begin with, but don't do that.
No. Honestly, he probably rathers that Butler didn't play for Miami because that's the only way they got a win so far was Butler was actually out game 2.
Yeah,
he probably just prefers that he wouldn't play.
Yeah, I think any opponent of Miami would
probably prefer that. But yeah,
it's just all right. Well, let's just get Jimmy Butler out. I'm just kidding.
I love watching Jimmy Butler.
It seems like they're kind of relying on Josh Hart a little too much. Like he had a couple of good games, but it's just he's not the dog. He's not
that guy.
He's not that guy. You're not that guy, pal.
He's just.
You gotta. I think Jalen Brunson needs to be the guy, or Julius Randle, or somebody. It's definitely not Josh Hart, and 100% not R.J. Barrett either. Losing quickly is probably that never helps. Mm-hmm. Like he's good he's actually good on both ends, but he's good on the defensive end. Grimes is playing okay. Mitchell's playing decent. Like they're playing okay. They're just not playing well. If that makes any sense.
Yeah.
And Miami, on the other hand, is Jimmy Butler's just willing his team to victory every time.
I can't help but keep reiterating that we did say that they were going to be a dangerous team.
Mm-hmm.
We did say they were going to be a dangerous team. Also, I was looking at the 2022 playoffs. They actually did make it to the Eastern Conference Finals.
Yeah, they lost to the Celtics.
Lost to the Celtics last year.
They got stomped, but who cares? They made it to the Eastern Conference Finals, dude.
Yeah.
Jimmy Butler.
To write them off this year because they were an 8th seed, I mean, you're seeing the consequences already of that.
Oh yeah, for sure. They're gonna go back to the Eastern Conference Championship. And depending on who wins the Philadelphia 76ers and Boston Celtics series, they match up with Boston pretty well.
Okay.
I think so. I think like they obviously it wasn't very good for them last year, but I think this year they probably have a chance. I think they'd have a better chance with Boston this year than Philadelphia this year.
Well, I know that we're recording this on Tuesday night, and Philly just got a 3-2 lead on Boston. So
they killed them, huh?
Yeah,
they were winning pretty good earlier.
Yeah, they had that like it was one of those games like I guess it wasn't like too big of a differential. I think it was like a 12-point or something like that.
It was 115 to 103.
Yeah. So I guess that's considered a blowout.
It's not really. No, it's not. I don't think it's a blowout. They beat them. They
Yeah.
beat them.
But the thing is what I was going to say is that Boston never really got close to that game.
Yeah, we were watching it earlier. It was just like every single time Boston scored, Philadelphia had a response, and like it would. I think there was a good portion of the second half where it was like Philly just didn't miss. Philly didn't miss. Boston looked confused on the offensive side. Yeah, Philly just kind of had his way or had their way.
Yeah,
I think maybe Joe Mazzulla might be in over his head a little bit.
might be.
All right. Well, actually, I guess we kind of did just segue into the next series. But Philly versus Boston 2-2. Like we were saying, this has been a back and forth series. It's now 3-2. 2 blowouts from the Celtics, and then the Philly had the 2 games where it was close, and then they just kind of had a decent beatdown this game. Let's put it this way: Marcus Smart should never take last second shots. That's just a bad idea all over.
He did make it though.
Yeah,
he just didn't shoot it in time.
Right, but I'm talking about like whenever they were at the end of regulation.
They're end of regulation.
Not this game tonight, but the last game, end of regulation, he shot and missed it. Now, the reason why, again, they left him open, and the Philly wants Marcus Smart taking that shot.
Yeah.
And again, I like as the play was happening, I said, "Don't pass it to Marcus Smart. Don't pass it to Marcus Smart." They tried not to. You could tell they tried not to, and last second they threw it to him, which I think Tatum should have just thrown it up. They passed it to Marcus Smart, and yeah, he made it, but it was too late. Mm-hmm. It doesn't work out.
It doesn't work out.
Also, I don't think it's a very good strategy leaving James Harden open on a 3. No. I'm not a professional coach, head coach, and quite frankly, with everything how those NBA coaches are getting ousted, I probably don't want to be. But
fuck no.
But yeah, but my move wouldn't be to leave James Harden open. There's 2 guys on Philadelphia that I wouldn't leave open, and that's James Harden and Joel Embiid.
Joel Embiid for sure. Like we'll get to the coach firings here shortly.
Yeah.
But the 2 best players on the team. And then they also have Tyrese Maxey, who's doing really, really well. Again, I think Joe Mazzulla is just a little in over his head. He needed to call a timeout at the end of overtime when they were down. Mm-hmm. I understand the no timeout call at the end of regulation when they were tied. Although now I'm starting to think that he was a deer in the headlights. He didn't know what he was doing. He just got lucky. Mm-hmm. But yeah, he didn't call a timeout at the end of overtime. Bad call. Bad idea. I mean, you're down by 1. You need to make this shot. At least set up a play.
Yeah, that was definitely a rookie error right there. I mean, you know what? I guess he gets a couple of those because he's a rookie head coach, and he was thrown into a situation that he wasn't supposed to be in. So yeah, I guess it makes sense, but at the same time, you can't. It is the playoffs. I mean, every little detail counts.
If only the Celtics had somebody like in their front office or like around the organization that is just a genius at calling plays, has proven it time and time again in both the college and the pro. Yeah, Joe. What's that?
Who is Brad Stevens?
Oh, correct. Correctamendo. If only they had a Brad Stevens in the front. Oh, wait, they do. They do have
a fucking Brad Stevens.
Why don't they? Joe Mazzulla just needs to constantly wear an earpiece that is connected only to Brad Stevens' phone line. That's it.
Yeah.
And Brad Stevens is just telling him what to do the entire time.
Yeah, it's not like that Brad Stevens didn't already develop like a 4 to 5 year relationship with all of these players on this roster because they have not changed the roster at all.
Can we talk about how much of a genius Brad Stevens is to know to have the wherewithal and the self-awareness to know that being the head coach is not the thing to do?
No. Being an NBA head coach it's down. It's stock down. Yeah, for sure.
Dude, stock has plummeted.
Yes. It's in recession right now.
It's actually pretty close to a depression, dude, because, like, if you're getting fired 2 years after you won a ship, you're pretty close to depression.
Yeah. It's so baffling. I mean,
right,
I guess
we'll
can
get
move.
to it. We'll get to it. Let's go to Okay, actually, I forgot to ask you. Miami, New York.
It's 3-1 Miami. When what do you think is going to be the result for the next? Do you think it's going to go into 6 games? Do you think it's going to end at Game 5? Somehow Game 7? What do you think?
Well, it depends on Jimmy Butler. If Jimmy Butler plays, it's game over in 5.
Okay, that's fair.
I agree. I think regardless, it's going to be over in 5. If Jimmy Butler doesn't play, then yeah, the Knicks will probably send it to Game 6. But Jimmy Butler won't sit out another 2 games. Is he not supposed to play?
Oh no, I think he is supposed to play.
Yeah, I think he's supposed to play.
I'm just
too.
saying, based off the record so far, when Jimmy Butler plays, they win.
Okay,
But-
so yeah, it's gonna be
Miami in 5. It was fun, New York, but I don't know if you listen to like Stephen A. Smith, he won't go to the game. He said he's not even gonna watch it.
he's hot.
Yeah, he's real hot.
He's
not,
very hot.
He's not like the way it's the Knicks are playing
right now.
Any stereotypical version of impression that we've seen of Stephen A. Smith is all coming out right now.
Yeah, and if you want to make fun of it, it'll all be applicable.
Yes.
Philly, Boston. It's 3-2 Philly.
Does this game go into 7 or does it end in 6?
I think it goes into 7, but I think 76ers take it.
Really? See, I think if it goes into 7, Boston's gonna win. If Philly's gonna win, it's got to be next game.
But 76ers have proven twice already that they can win in Boston. So I don't know. That's why I'm saying I think they scratch for their lives. Boston does for Game 6 to bring it to Game 7. But I think 76ers are too much for them.
I really hope this goes into Game 7. So I'm gonna say Game 7 Boston.
All
right, Denver versus Phoenix. We got ourselves a series here, boys. We got ourselves a series here, and along with it, a decent bit of drama.
Yeah.
I think we should probably just address the Matt Ishbia Jokic altercation.
Let's start off with that.
Yeah.
Right?
Should we grab that drama by the
let's
by the
grab
ball real quick?
by the horns.
Yeah, or the ball.
Ball. Oh, let's grab that by the balls.
I like it.
So for people who didn't see, Matt Ishbia, the new owner of the Phoenix Suns, the ball went out of bounds and it happened to bounce to him. Matt Ishbia held onto the ball and would not let it go.
Mind you, it was that of a bear hug, or a Pooh Bear hug.
It wasn't like he was just grabbing it with 2 hands, like maybe about to pass it or shoot a 3. Yeah, you're right. He was hugging the ball.
Yes.
And Jokic, like a kid on the playground, said, "Give me back my ball," and tried to take it. And Matt Ishbia was like, "No, it's my ball." And they pretty much just had a schoolyard fight.
Yeah.
Where the bigger guy, Jokic, ended up pulling the ball out, and it just went flying into the stands. So it was Matt Ishbia was sitting courtside. He grabbed it. Then Jokic tried to pull the ball away, and it went even further into the stands. And then as Jokic was going to get the ball from the fan, Matt Ishbia was standing right next to him. Mm-hmm. And Jokic, what's the best way to describe it was a nudge. Like, I'm talking like he pushed his arm maybe 2 or 3 inches towards Matt Ishbia.
Well, he was focused on the ball. He was going to get his ball.
Oh yeah, he wants his balls. He wants his ball back.
Yeah.
So he pushes Matt Ishbia maybe like that. He barely touches him. This flop job by Matt Ishbia is Oscar worthy by far. It is incredible. This man got Jokic fined. He got a technical foul, and he almost got him suspended.
Yes.
And he doesn't even play on the team.
Yeah. You really have to diagnose the form. I mean, arms flaring, the head, face thrown to the side with the open look, like in disgust of like how this could even happen, and then the overreaction over to flop into his seat. He really could make it into the NBA or the soccer league.
Yeah, and afterwards, where's the call, ref?
Yes,
the arms up, the dumbfounded look on his face, like what? Where's my call? Yeah. He executed it perfectly.
Yeah, potential lottery pick now in the NBA draft.
Unreal. I mean, he played basketball in college at Michigan State. He was on that championship team.
Yeah.
So I mean, he's got that championship. Dude, hey, maybe he might go above Bronny.
Yeah. I think so.
Yeah, well, we'll see in this, not this next draft, but the draft after.
I'm gonna actually break this down.
Any other fan would have been ejected. I'm talking like any other, not just any other fan, any other person would have been ejected for that.
Yeah.
But like Jesus Christ himself could have been on the sideline and sitting courtside, held the ball, pulled it, and been ejected.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't matter who you were. The only person that was not going to get ejected there was Matt Ishba.
Yeah.
And that's because he is all of the referees' bosses.
Well, because he owns the building, too.
He owns the building. He's the boss. That's the only person in the world that could have gotten away with it.
They could have got it, yeah.
It is insane. The fact that Jokic was fined and he got a technical foul, that should have been a technical foul against the fucking Suns. That shouldn't that there ain't nothing that Jokic did wrong there. Like, a fan got in his face. They're supposed to be protecting the players.
He just wanted to play basketball. He wanted to get the basketball, play basketball with his friends.
Yeah.
That's it.
And technically, if you want to get real technical about it, it was kind of Matt Ishba was delaying the game.
Yeah.
Like, and you're not supposed to do that.
No.
So if you want to get real technical about it, then yeah, it definitely should have been a foul, or at least the penalties should have offset it.
You know, I mean, he could have been preventing a fast break right there.
Exactly. Yeah.
So-
So like the fans are not supposed to do that. And then he tries to. So his tweet afterward was great win for the Suns last night in an amazing series so far. That should be and is the only story. Suspending or fining anyone over last night's incident would not be right. I have a lot of respect for Jokic and don't want to see anything like that. Excited for Game 5. Go Suns. That's him trying to get out in front of it and trying to act like he's the nice guy here. That's which he's playing the game. He's playing Matt Ishba. I see how he made his billions. He's a very smart guy.
Yes.
He's getting out in front of it, doing very well with that.
He's got a very good relationship with his PR.
Yes.
Manager.
Yes, that or he's just good at PR.
Yeah, he may actually have that role within his company. You know,
That's
like
true.
early on, probably.
I mean, he owns the #1 mortgage company in the U.S. So like he's got to be doing something right as far as that goes. You can't have bad PR and have the #1 mortgage company. Like that's just
in the way that they market that they do. Rocket Mortgage. Everybody's heard of Rocket Mortgage.
Is it? Okay, I think it's Rocket Mortgage. I'm not exactly sure which one it is.
Oh, I was definitely riding on you on that one.
Okay. I'm gonna look it up, Matt.
We had talked about that earlier off air.
Right. And Matt Ishba, wholesale mortgage.
Wholesale mortgage.
Wholesale mortgage.
Okay.
The #1, yeah. It's the #1 mortgage company. Yeah, you like, especially with mortgages, people need to have some type of trust in order to, like, they have to depend on you, so they need to trust you as a mortgage company. You can't have bad PR and be a good mortgage company like that. Sorry, it just doesn't work.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was kind of funny. Like I got some amusement out of it.
It was a series of nonsensical events.
That's a great word.
Yeah.
Great word.
Because I just was watching it the entire time. I was like, how is this happening?
Same. It was
Like-
just like, what is going on right now?
Right?
All right, let's get to the actual games. I gotta point this out. The last 2 games, Devin Booker has been on an absolute tear.
Yeah.
He had not this past game, but game 3. He went 20 of 25 for 47 points.
That's with only making 2 free throws.
That's efficiency.
Only 2 free throws. He had 47 points, 20 of 25. That is wild.
Yeah.
That is absolutely insane. Let's see.
I did want to take a look. Since Chris Paul has been out, let's just call a spade a spade. The Suns are better without Chris Paul.
Ooh.
I know people are gonna think that's disrespectful to Chris Paul, but I don't know. Jokic and Jamal Murray have been playing absolutely incredible basketball the last 2 games, and the Suns are winning. Like the only thing that's different here is Chris Paul's out. Now I do think that like it gives Booker and Durant I don't know, a little bit of freedom to kind of do whatever they want. Like
For instance, they are, let's see, Devin Booker and Kevin Durant. They are in the last 2 games they accounted for 63% of all the Phoenix points.
All the Phoenix points.
Yeah, so way more than half. Not way, but a lot more than half.
Yeah.
Half of Phoenix points have been Durant and Booker. And honestly, if it hadn't been for Shamet in Game 4, in Game 4, he had like 19 points. They would have even more. Yeah, this has been. I'm so glad this went to 2-2. This is one of those series I wanted to go to Game 7.
Yeah, no, it did the complete opposite of what I said. I did call because of Chris Paul being out. I did say that it was going to be a sweep, but yeah, it did the exact complete opposite, which is great for basketball. Great for playoff basketball.
It's good. It's awesome. It seems like the trend obviously here is the home team's going to win. So like Game 5 Nuggets, Game 6 Suns, Game 7. Honestly, with the Game 7s, dude, anything can happen. Mm-hmm. Anything can happen. I hope this goes into Game 7. If it goes into Game 7, I say the Nuggets.
The Suns going to need to steal one from Denver.
Yeah, well, okay. Yeah, that's true. Okay, so if it ends Game 6, it's going to be the Nuggets. If it goes into Game 7, it's a coin flip. Let's see. Yeah, I'll go with that. I think the Nuggets can win in Game 6, and I think it'll be a coin flip in Game 7 if it goes to a Game 7.
Okay.
What do you think?
I'm actually going to go with the Nuggets in Game 7.
Nuggets in Game 7. That's probably
the best call.
Yeah,
it's kind of more the conservative call. You know, the winner.
Also,
the home field advantage or home court advantage is winner.
Also, the Nuggets have seen what the Suns are like without Chris Paul. Mm-hmm. They are going to game plan a little bit better in Game 5 for him.
Yeah.
All right, let's get to Golden State versus LA Lakers.
This is 3-1 in favor of LA. Bro, I can see the Lakers, like, this is a scary thought, but I can see a path to the Lakers winning the championship.
Ooh, winning the championship.
I can see. Now, the only hiccup is going to be if the Western Conference Finals. And honestly, it doesn't matter which one. It doesn't matter if it's the Suns or the Nuggets. Either one's going to be really hard to beat. But if they can get past the Western Conference Finals, I think they can beat anybody who's left in the East.
Well, I have to give you credit. You were right about the Lakers being a matchup nightmare.
Thank you
for the Warriors.
Yes.
I will recognize that. But yeah, you're spot on because nobody can guard Anthony Davis, and then quite frankly, no one really can guard LeBron James.
It's tough. I mean, LeBron James is still LeBron James. He's just older. He's
not having to do as much.
Right. And he realizes he doesn't have to do as much. So he's like the king of getting 24 to 28 points a game.
Yeah.
Like that's his sweet spot. That's as long as he puts that up, he gives his team a chance to win. Mm-hmm. Now, if AD shits the bed, then that's when it starts to go downhill because then you're gonna have to start relying on random guys, Austin Reeves, and then our breakthrough guy here in Game 4, Lonnie Walker the fourth.
Yeah, Lonnie Walker the fourth.
15 points in the fourth quarter. Like,
here's the thing. That
Game 4 was good. It was good. I don't know what happened to the Warriors towards the end there. They kind of fell apart. Steph missed a couple of threes. Klay Thompson and Jordan Poole are just non-existent right now. I don't know. Did they leave the pool party early or something?
Well, it's summer has arrived and the pool is drained. It's empty.
Oh, it got drained?
There's no splashes at all.
Well, it's this heat wave. How the hell are they gonna stay cool?
I mean,
they got to go pop a fire hydrant or something.
Yeah. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how to explain it, but yeah, it's
Shade ain't doing it. They need to find some water.
They need to find some water. Yeah,
they gotta find some water. That's the only way they work. They need even if let's say they just start with a kiddie pool next game. Mm-hmm. Game 5, let's start with a kiddie pool. You can fill it up with the garden hose. That's fine. It's still a pool party, okay?
Yeah.
Then you get a couple splashes in. Then you upgrade. We'll upgrade to a bigger pool, okay? And then we'll get an underground. Then you can go to a fucking water park. But let's start small here.
Yeah. You're starting to see green, grow in the wrong places.
Oh yeah, that's gross. Oh. But anyways, yeah, let's give credit where credit's due. Lonnie Walker the fourth, 15 points in the fourth quarter. If he doesn't do that, I seriously think that the Warriors win this game.
Well, yeah, the unsung or the not the unsung. I'm thinking of like the unlikely hero.
Yep. And this is big because the Lakers survived third quarter Warriors.
Yes.
Third quarter Warriors were there that game, and they survived. They actually almost went toe to toe. I think third quarter Warriors had 32 points and the Lakers had 27. Warriors had a significant lead going into the fourth quarter, and then Lonnie Walker came out of nowhere.
Just decided to say, hey, I'm on this team.
I exist. I'm here.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Lakers outscored the Warriors 27-17 in the fourth quarter of that game.
Yeah.
It was wild.
I will say this: the Warriors' hope is relying on Steph Curry.
Steph Curry?
Steph Curry. So I don't know if you're familiar with the Instagram the Instagram user at AirKorg, but it's the corgi that shoots the inflated basketball into the two goals and makes predictions down the staircase.
Uh-oh.
So I don't know if you've seen this or not, but AirKorg, or they like to call him Steph Curry. He shoots this inflatable ball down a stairwell, and then on the bottom of the stairwell, there's two baskets, and one he puts in as the Lakers, and the other one he puts a sign as the Golden State Warriors. Now, so far after 4 games, he has accurately predicted the series for the Warriors and Lakers.
Really?
Yeah. So
where is this? I need this page. If I had known about this page, my betting probably would have been completely different.
It probably would have been completely different, right?
I need these type of things in my life.
Now, if you watch the rest of the video, it actually predicts that Warriors are going to win in Game 7. So basically, Warriors are like, in doggy, we trust.
Okay, in doggy, we trust. I'm down. I want to see this go into Game 7. It's now the Warriors. If there's any team in the NBA right now that can come back, the Warriors are it. Mm-hmm. Now, and this is kind of like this would be poetic justice if Curry can come back down 3-1 against LeBron.
Right?
Like, come on, how awesome would that be if Curry came back and beat LeBron down 3-1? Like,
yep.
It would just it would make everybody happy.
Yes.
Except for obviously except for Lakers fans, but everyone would be happy about it.
It would be a Hollywood storyline. That would be an NFL script right there.
The devil would be happy about it. Like,
yes.
Fucking Medusa would love to see that shit. Mm-hmm. You know? Like, come on. Nobody wants to watch this. Let's give us a Game 7. Just at least give us a Game 7. That's all I ask for.
Yep.
Okay, let's see. So actually, all right, let's go. What are your predictions for this? What do you think they're gonna do?
We believe in the doggy.
Oh, let's go.
I'm going with the doggy.
I'm gonna go
Warriors in Game 7.
Warriors in 7. Let's go. I'm down. I might go put a bet in.
Put a little bet on it.
Put a little bet ski on it, because come on, it's gotta be. The odds have got to be awesome.
Oh yeah,
it's got to be great.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. All right. Anything else on the playoffs?
I think that's about it. That covers everything.
All right. We got a couple of NBA news segments. We'll start with Bronny. Let's start with Bronny, because Bronny to USC. That's kind of what everybody was thinking. Nothing I see here. Like he's gonna be a one and done. At least he's going to college. That's nice.
Yeah, L.A. is the new James family residence now.
Yep.
With LeBron being in L.A. So
he's no longer just a kid from Akron. He is a kid from Akron, Cleveland, Miami, L.A. He just goes all over the place now.
Yeah, I'm not sure who the USC coach is, but
Do you want to know who it is?
Who is it?
It's Infield.
Infield.
Florida Gulf Coast.
No.
Andy Enfield, yeah.
Bro, Dunk City?
Dunk City.
Man.
How awesome is that?
That's pretty cool.
I saw that. I was like,
How the fuck did they get Andy Enfield?
Yeah.
Yeah, Dunk City, baby. So I'm actually kind of pumped for it.
Yeah, I'm just, what I was going to say is, and this is kind of a critique on the situation, but I'm kind of curious, especially with him being local, how he's going to handle the LeBron James, like I don't know if LeBron James is going to be kind of active, with his, because I know he's going to watch his son, but is he going to take a step back and not be like hands-on in coaching, or is the coach going to have to deal with, LeBron James?
Is he going to be that annoying dad on the sideline?
Yep.
I think he's going to let Bronny do his thing. He's okay.
Or let the coach do his thing.
Yeah, I'm not a big LeBron James fan, but it's mostly because I'm a hater. But he's actually he's like not a bad father. Like he's actually
he's a great dad.
He's actually been a pretty good dad.
Oh yeah,
so
absolutely.
I actually do think he's gonna be like because he did say he's like he when people ask him about like what Bronny's gonna do and stuff, he's like he always says that he knows what he wants Bronny to do. But LeBron also acknowledges that Bronny Jr. is going to do what Bronny Jr. wants to do, and that's that. Yeah. So I get it; it's fine. And I also I guess to kind of conclude it, I think LeBron's gonna do. He's not gonna interfere.
Okay.
I think he's gonna be a good, nice dad. He's gonna go to the games. He's gonna root for his son. We'll see how good his kid is. I don't know how good he's gonna be. Apparently, his little brother is even taller than Bronny.
He hit a growth spurt.
That's the real athlete right there. But we'll see. I'm pretty excited. I feel like we all got kind of screwed when LeBron didn't go to college because that's something we all wanted to see.
LeBron James in March Madness.
Yeah, come on. Who wouldn't want to see that?
Yeah.
At Duke, he probably would have been at Duke, unfortunately. But come on, LeBron James in March Madness. That's what we wanted to see. So I guess we're
I think he would have been Ohio State because I think he was a big Ohio State fan.
He was, but I think Krzyzewski. The rumors are Krzyzewski had his clause on him if he was going to go to college. So
Gotcha.
By clause, I mean he opened up the checkbook.
Yeah, basically.
Okay, we all knew that. All right, good. Let's see. The last bit of information we got to get to is Milwaukee coach Mike Bootyholder got fired. I don't know how to say his last name, so he's Mike Bootyholder for me.
Okay.
Dude, this is getting insane. This is absolutely insane. The last four NBA champion coaches, 3 of the last 4 have been fired.
Yeah, Frank Volt, Nick Nurse,
and Ty Lue.
No, not Ty Lue.
Yeah, Ty Lue was fired after he won the 2016 ship and got fired. Oh, so okay. No.
Well, the last 4, if you're saying last 4, so last year was Steve Kerr, year before was Nick Nurse, and then the year before that was the bubble with Frank.
No. The last year was Steve Kerr. The year before that was Mike Bootyholder, and then the year before that was
Nick Nurse.
Nick Nurse, I think.
Yeah,
in 2020, and then
2020 the bubble was Frank Volgin.
Frank, yes, and then Ty Lue. I thought Ty Lue was who's the rat? Yeah, I don't know. Let's put it this way: 3 of the last 5 or 6, at least half the coaches have been that have won championships in the last 5-6 years have been fired.
Yeah.
So it's kind of absolutely insane, if I'm being honest. I don't know. I don't understand. It's like that's why we think Brad Stevens is the smartest man in the NBA right now for not coaching. Yeah, for being a GM instead of coaching. You got it pulled up?
Well, I was pulling up the champions. So like Golden State, Steve Kerr.
Yeah. So
the Milwaukee Bucks, Mike
Bootyholder,
and then Los Angeles Lakers.
Frank Vogel.
Yeah, Frank Vogel.
Then
Toronto Raptors.
Nick Nurse.
Yeah.
So then Steve Kerr, and then Ty Lue. So yeah, I was right.
Yeah, Tyronn Lue. Yeah, I thought about.
Yeah, because you got to take into account the 2017-2018 Warriors. Steve Kerr's got 3 of the last 6. Holy shit.
Yeah.
He's got 3 of the last 6, 4 of the last 8. Bro, Steve Kerr's got half of the last 8 years of championships, man. That's wild.
Pretty crazy.
That's pretty crazy. So yeah, I was right.
But you were right. I forgot about Tyronn Lue, but it spans back all the way back to 2016.
2016.
Because Steve Kerr, yeah.
It's a little deceiving because I said the last 4 championships, but I meant the last 4
Coaches.
winning coaches.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I think there had to have been something going on with the front office, but nobody's going to want to coach the NBA right now.
No.
Nobody's going to. Who the fuck are they going to get to coach?
Like, NBA championships can't even save you.
Right, exactly. Like, the only person with job security right now is Greg Popovich, and that's because he's been in the league for so fucking long.
Yeah, and they're just waiting for him to retire.
They're just waiting for him to either die or retire.
Yeah.
It's wild. Like, who else in the league? Like, the Boston's gone through, like, I feel like 4 different coaches in the last 2 years. So I know I'm exaggerating a little bit, but, like, Eric Spoelstra, that's about it. That's
Eric Spoelstra and
only,
Steve Kerr, basically.
Steve
the
Kerr
only ones.
and Popovich. I don't see anybody else. Like,
But at this rate, I mean, I would say Steve Kerr better watch out.
I don't know about all that.
Like,
And like I don't know, Spoelstra's making lemonade with his beat up lemons, and I guess Jimmy Butler would be the sugar.
yep.
But yeah, dude, it's not worth it to be a coach almost. It's sad, but yeah, this is a player sport. All right, you got anything else on the NBA?
That's it.
All right, let's get to OT Dish on this date in sports history. In 1945, in the U.S., this is kind of a derby-esque one, but in 1945 in the U.S., the wartime government ban on horse racing was lifted. So apparently there was a government ban on horse racing during World War II.
Okay.
Which is confusing to me because I didn't know they still used horses in World War II.
Yeah, I didn't know that either.
I don't understand where the ban came from. I guess they used horses in World War II a little more than we thought. Maybe, I don't know. I mean, I guess they had tanks and cars and stuff, but I guess horses were still kind of used.
I mean, they still used them in that one movie where they had all the machine guns with the Marines. I don't know what it was called.
That's a very specific job you did there.
You don't remember that movie though? It was like the 7 or something Marines that were on stuck in this one place, and they were all on horseback, and they defended themselves by with riding around on horseback. I'll have to figure out what the movie is, but yeah. So
no, I don't remember.
Maybe they still used it in.
I don't know. I've seen Saving Private Ryan a bunch of times. I don't know. It doesn't. I don't see any.
Maybe it was a commander thing. Maybe it was like the commanders were still riding on a horseback because it's better to give commands from a higher point of view.
I mean, this isn't the Battle of Gettysburg, man. I don't know what they're doing with these horses. But yeah, there was a government ban on horse racing that was lifted.
Interesting.
Yeah. What you got?
All right, 1961, Baltimore Oriole, Jim Gentile. Probably mispronounced the name, but whatever. Hits 2 grand slams in one game. 9 total RBIs versus the Minnesota Twins.
Oh, wow.
2 grand slams.
9 RBIs in one game. That's wild. That's
single-handedly won the game.
Yeah, that would have single-handedly saved my fucking fantasy team.
Right.
That's pretty impressive though. You got the bases got juiced twice for you.
Yeah.
And you capitalized. Let's see. This is 1993. The Phoenix Suns beat the LA Lakers 112-104 in overtime to become the first NBA team to lose 2 playoff games at home and then come back to win 3 straight. This is hope for the Warriors.
Okay.
This is my hope for the Warriors. It has been done before, so you can do it.
Just do.
All right, what's your next one?
All right. Well, this is 2 events, but in the same day, in the same game. So the New York Mets, Kevin Elster, errors after 88 errorless games at shortstop. And also in that same game, New York Mets, Rick Cerrone, errors after 159 errorless games as a catcher.
159 errorless games as a catcher. As a catcher, dude, because you're throwing into second. Yeah, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah. So, but they just completely fell apart this one game.
I guess it was a full moon or something. Some wolf decided to have sex and howl really loud, and then it threw everything off.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't know that threw things off, but yeah, it threw me off. I'm just hearing it.
Yeah, I know it did, right? Maybe Saturn banged Uranus, and they had Pluto as a kid, and that's what fucked it up.
Again,
I've been doing all this astrology shit lately, and man, this is great. I figured out why shit goes wrong.
Are you sure you're reading the right stuff?
I might be getting scammed. I don't know, but I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure I read it right.
Yeah.
Okay.
You might have to check your source on that one.
Well, when Mercury goes in Gatorade, I will.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
In 2001, in Accra, Ghana, at least 120 people died in a stampede at a soccer match. 120 people died, over 100. Now, okay, so when I saw that, I was like, that's insane. This is over 120 people died in a stampede at a soccer game. That's wild.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So I looked it up. These two teams were the two most successful teams in Ghana at the time, and they played each other. Now, officials, they had an idea that this game was going to get rowdy, that people were going to get drunk, people were going to get angry.
Go Green Street hooligans on them.
Real Green Street. Well, Black Street. Well, never mind. Not going to go there. I was going to do the Ghana version of it, but I'm just going to.
Let's stay away from that one.
Yeah, we're going to stay away from that. You can't knock them out of the park every time. It's not as yeah. All right, we're going to. Back to this, okay? These are the two most successful teams. Officials were expecting disturbances. So the team that lost, the losing team's fans threw plastic all over the field. I think they probably had like beer bottles and shit like that. They threw it all over the field. So police thinking that there was going to be a riot or something, they shot out tear gas.
Ooh.
Now that is what resulted in the panic.
Okay.
And so that caused a stampede, and it crushed 126 people. Now the big problem is they had the way they described it was kind of tough, but they had a few of the gates were closed, so they closed up the gates whenever the game starts, and so that they only have to worry about two different gates on either side of the stadium. You know? So they don't have to have employees just sitting there doing nothing. So whenever the fans saw that, they were trying to get out and they saw the gates were closed. It created even more panic.
Oh wow.
So yeah, these people just literally got stomped to death. This was the third deadliest disaster in the history of soccer.
Only third?
Only the
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna do the other two next week.
Okay.
I'm do like a little additional segment.
Gotcha.
'Cause-
yeah, I'd be curious to see that too.
126 people. That's the third. That's
That
not
only made third.
That's number. That hit the podium. It got bronze, but that's it.
Didn't we talk about soccer fans being the craziest fans?
They are. Well, we've mentioned that multiple
Yeah,
times.
this verifies that.
They are the craziest fucking fans. All right, you got anything else on that?
That's about it.
All right, let's get to NFL news. Dude, I'm excited, bro. How did you do against for the draft against Mel Kiper and Todd McShay?
So, yes, so we did the first round. Obviously, I only did the first round prediction, and going against Todd McShay's final and Mel Kiper's final. So how we judge this, because it's kind of hard to judge because, like you said, and like we talked about, it's nearly impossible to get the exact combination on everything for the NFL draft.
It's nearly impossible to get half of it.
Yeah, just even harder than March Madness.
Yes.
But so what we did was we put half a point if you got a player to the right team.
Yep.
A half a point if you got a player to the right position of when he got drafted, whether it was first, 15th, 32nd, one of those positions.
Right position, wrong team.
Wrong team. And then we gave a full point for if you got the right team in the right position.
Yes.
So, with that being said, Mel Kiper got 2.
He got 2.
He got 2.
He actually didn't even get 2 completely right. He got 1 right, which was Bryce Young, which everybody got. That was a give me. That's like the center of a bingo card.
Yeah.
You know how they give you that freebie at the center of the bingo card?
That's basically what it was.
That's what Bryce Young was to
Yes.
this game. And he didn't get another point.
And no, he just got half points, like just elsewhere.
Yeah, because I think he got like Will Anderson to the Texans or something in the wrong, or no, Will Anderson to the Texans in the
At
wrong
number 2
instead of number 3. And in one other one.
Yeah, I don't even remember the other one, but
Nobody cares.
yeah, nobody cares.
So
But,
he only got 2 points.
yeah, I could tell. I can see where his frustration was stemming from on draft day because he was pretty frustrated.
He was hot.
He was hot.
He was hot. That man. You can tell when that man's mad.
I mean, and he tried to make a case for Will Levis too. Like, I mean, that's how hot he was.
Oh yeah. You could see the steam coming out of his ears.
Yeah.
Boy.
So then moving on, Todd McShay. Todd McShay with that scoring on that scoring line, he got 5.5.
5.5.
Yes. So he ends up winning it because I end up getting 4.5.
You were only 1 point behind Todd McShay.
Only 1 point behind Todd McShay, and I didn't do any trades.
You didn't do any trades. You blew Mel Kiper out of the water.
Yes.
And you made 1 mock draft.
Yeah.
Todd McShay and Mel Kiper, they had time and they made 7.
Yeah, they made quite a bit.
They probably made 8 or 9 too. Mm-hmm. And they get paid to do that full time. And you're pulling up here 1 point behind Todd McShay.
Yep.
Destroying Mel Kiper. You beat Mel Kiper 2 years in a row.
Yep. So, I mean, Mel Kiper, you might have to watch out. I might be getting your job here soon. I know you've been in the business 30 years, but...
Joe, you coming.
I'm coming.
You coming.
We're coming.
Coming for Mel Kiper's job.
We're coming.
I miss Coach O.
Because we play football.
Football.
We run the ball.
We're coming.
And go Tigers.
Go Tigers. Oh, yeah. I think he got married or something like that.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, I think so. He got a shit ton of money. Let's put it that way. He got a ton of money, and I think he got married. Good for him.
Was it to the Tinder girl?
No, I think he stopped banging girls on Tinder.
Okay.
Good for him. He moved. He's maturing. He's getting better. About
He is
it.
maturing, right?
Good. I'm happy to see that. All right, let's go. Let's move on. Real quick, Dexter Lawrence got a 4-year, $90 million extension. That's $60 million of it guaranteed. He's going to be the 3rd highest paid defensive tackle in the NFL.
Defensive linemen are cashing in big time,
and for good reason too. For good reason. They're like great defensive linemen, especially those athletic, freaky defensive ends. They're invaluable. They're invaluable to the NFL. They're so good, and they're such a necessary fucking position.
Well, I mean, if quarterbacks are necessary to win Super Bowls, then defenses have to counter in some way, and that's through the defensive line.
Absolutely. Let's see. Last thing in the NFL, and then we'll get to F1. NFL schedule is going to be released this Thursday, May 11th. The NFL makes new ways to just flex its penis all over everyone every single fucking year, and it's getting ridiculous. But it's actually getting so ridiculous it's to the point. It's getting so ridiculous now that it's to the point where I just respect it now.
Yeah.
I can't keep fighting against it. It's a losing battle.
I mean, I almost feel compelled to do a mock draft on what the schedule is going to be.
That's true. Ooh,
Like-
that's a good. That's
like a mock schedule.
That'd be fun.
Yeah.
We could
Like predict out what's going to be the first game of the season. It's
Yeah.
going to be Eagles Chiefs.
Eagles Chiefs for
they're
sure.
they're playing each other, but it's just they haven't gone through the actual full schedule of it.
And the fact that like just the schedule is so for a league is so intriguing. Mm-hmm. It just goes. That's just a testament to basically how the NFL owns all of our brains.
Oh, they've just got us right where they want them.
Right, they can do whatever they want. They can squeeze harder. They can like be sensual about it. They can kick us in the nuts, and it won't matter.
Yeah.
So let's see. There's a couple of new things actually. The NFL will have a Black Friday game, first time ever. Mm-hmm. NFL is just taking over the entire year. We can't even have Black Friday.
Yeah. I mean, Tuesday and Wednesday better watch out.
You're right. You're right. So they're gonna have a Black Friday game for the first time ever. This is a big one. Games don't necessarily belong to networks anymore. All games are free agents.
Free agents.
Dude, they have created an entire new free agent pool.
Yeah.
Made out of TV networks. They're gonna have they're just like making those TV networks dance for them. They're like,
yeah.
Dance my puppets.
It's like, hey, how can we squeeze even more money out of these TV networks? Oh, that's right. Let's just do it like free agency because all those free agents get billions of money.
Yeah, or they're having all of them fight over the games.
Yeah.
It's just we'll just start this giant war with all the TVs.
Yeah.
The TV companies. So yeah, they're going to get even more money, which because these networks can afford to shell out hundreds of millions of dollars.
They're like, yeah, we see Bezos with all that money over there. He's just we'll just let him bid on whatever game he wants to because we know we're just gonna get a bunch for those games.
Billions. So teams can be on Thursday Night Football twice. This has got to be some kind of punishment for being bad at football.
Either that or it's just like, hey, Jeff Bezos would get whatever game you want and whatever game you want to pay.
And whatever teams you want to see.
Yeah.
You want to see those teams? Okay. I don't think we can get that. Oh, there's $200 billion. Yeah, sure, we'll get it, Jeff.
Yeah.
Yeah, gotcha. Okay.
Suck it, teams. Y'all got to play twice on Thursday.
Yeah, you'll figure it out. We're gonna keep going and buying more yachts. Now this is another big one that I think is awesome. Not all teams are guaranteed a primetime spot.
That's pretty awesome.
Right? Like, I'm sorry. No offense to the Texans fans and Commanders fans, but if they play each other, I don't want to see any of the even if they don't play each other, I don't want to see the Texans in primetime.
Yeah.
Like I just don't. I don't want to see Tampa Bay in primetime. I don't want to see the Commanders in primetime. There's just these teams that I'm sorry, nobody wants to see in primetime.
Well, I think we were at risk of having Chris Collinsworth die on air, with some of those games that we had, because it was just miserable watching them sometimes.
Yeah,
and they were miserable about watching that.
They were not happy.
No,
not happy at all. And I know some people wouldn't mind watching Chris Collinsworth die on air. Joe and I, we kind of have a special place in our hearts for him. Not because we like him.
Oh, absolutely not.
No, but he's so much fun to make fun of. Mm-hmm. I don't understand why he does says some of the things he does, but it's just such entertainment gold.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we love it. But yeah, we'll next week we'll definitely we'll peruse through the NFL schedule. Mm-hmm. We'll see some key matchups. We'll see who's in primetime, see if they're going to which games they might flex. They should just leave certain spots open, don't you think? Certain slots open? Or do they already do that?
What do you mean?
Do they, when they come out with the schedule, do they show whether it's on primetime or not? Or when do they show whether it's on primetime?
Oh, I think some of the games they have preset for the 12 o'clock time.
Because they can flex. They
can always flex, yeah. I think what they originally used to do was they used to plan out the Monday and Thursday night football games, and then the Sunday they would just kind of let that be free.
Right. Okay. Well, yeah, because they kind of have to do the Thursday and the Monday night games.
Yeah, for safety reasons.
Yeah. All right. Anything else on the NFL?
That's it.
All right. Real quick, let's go through this. I watched my first F1 Formula One race.
Okay.
This past weekend, the Grand Prix. It's a spectacle, man. They have a whole thing. It's an all-day event. It did help that it was in Miami. Miami's gorgeous. There was a big party. They had a lot of stars show up.
Yeah, there was.
Patrick Mahomes, he must have went straight from the Derby to F1. Because he was at the Derby and then he was at F1.
He just enjoys sports.
Yeah, he just loves sports.
He just loves sports.
Big sports guy.
Yeah.
We won't really talk about his little brother, but big sports guy.
Yeah.
We like Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, Patrick Mahomes.
Patrick Mahomes.
Patrick Mahomes.
Okay.
Because there's two other Mahomes that we don't care for too much.
Don't associate him with them. But yeah, so this was a whole event. They came out. They announced all of the racers. They had the Miami cheerleaders out. They announced them over the megaphone, the microphone, and it was a whole thing. And then it's 57 laps. Like these guys are they're incredible drivers. They Max Verstappen. I'm a Max Verstappen guy. I picked him. Let's put it this way. I picked him before the race and before I even knew anything about him. Max Verstappen's a G.
Oh, he balled out.
He balled out. He started off in like the 9th position, I think, and he just wiggled his way up like a little gummy worm to the front.
Yeah.
And so they kind of have to. They don't have to, but generally these cars will make one pit stop per race.
One pit stop per race?
Yeah. So you know how you see in NASCAR they'll make multiple pit stops throughout the race. This they only make one pit stop, which I'm okay with.
Okay.
And what they'll do is they'll when they go into the pit stop, depending on how many laps they have left, depending on how the track is playing, they'll put like what they call like soft, medium, or hard tires on them.
Yep.
And so like the mediums, I don't really understand exactly how it all works, but
You know it exists.
Yes, they exist. Max Verstappen had 10 laps left, and he went into the pit stop. He put on medium tires.
Okay.
Now I don't know if he's just I don't know what that means. So like they maybe turn better or they go faster because he went and passed up his race mate for Red Bull really quickly. I don't know, but let's put it this way: it was awesome. It was incredible. Max Verstappen won. He won by a landslide too. It wasn't even close.
Yeah. No, it's incredible to see those. I mean, because the way it is, it's not like, NASCAR where you have, you're making a left turn type of thing.
Right.
Like these courses or these races, these tracks are, intricate little tracks that, quite frankly, it's incredible the stop and start up and the go that they have to do on these.
They go from 40 miles an hour to 200 miles an hour like that.
Split second.
And then they slow back down.
Yeah.
And just the engineering behind these cars. Like my friend was explaining the brake system. That's way too big for my brain. Way over my head.
Yeah.
But the way he was explaining it, they not only do they brake, but they use like the force or whatever, something they utilize. They recycle air.
Use the force?
No, they recycle air, and they use air to propel them forward and to help them stop. So they might use the force. Hey, you know what? They probably do some Star Wars shit down there. I don't know.
Got a couple of Jedis in the engine.
They probably did. That's the only way they can drive that fast and be that good.
Yeah, so like little baby Yodas,
Yeah.
'cause that's the only one
So
that could actually fit in
you
there.
know what? This is just this. What was in the Phantom Menace? What was podcast racing? No, not podcast racing. Pod racers.
Yeah, pod racer.
Pod racers. So this is just nowadays, or no, because Star Wars is in the future. So this will just turn into pod racing.
Yeah, so it's present day pod racing.
Present day pod racing. So they might be using the Force. Okay, good. I'm glad we figured that one out.
Yeah.
All right, you got anything else?
I think that wraps it up.
Alrighty, we will see y'all next week. Love y'all.
Later.